morning, TFR.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the planet. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the Ironworx with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
It is Tuesday, my dudes.
Yeah, it's Tuesday, my dudes, but it's
keep playing those things. Those are cool. I like those things when you play them. They're cool.
Need an hour-long one.
Hooey, howdy.
Welcome to the Ironworx right here on Truth Frequency Radio, TFRlive.com, where the normally low bar is placed exceptionally lower this morning.
How low can you go? How low can you go? Well, thank you, Boone Hawk. We love y'all too, and welcome this early. We're here all the time this early. Just for the record, we're here early. Yeah, it's early. Early. Anyway, how was the weekend, everybody? Hi, everybody. Hi, Dr. Nick. Anyway. Can you even do Dr. Nick anymore? Is that
Probably not.
Is that a thing I can do now without us being cancel cultured? That's what happened. We got cancel cultured.
We're in run such a risk of being canceled.
Oh, my goodness.
We're going to knock your audience down to, never mind. You guys don't need our help canceling.
Yeah, we got that. Y'all got
cancel
that.
Yourselves.
Brian Gaska, dude, look, I don't even want to hear that crap from you. I literally had you on my mind yesterday thinking, you know what? I'm about to corral that boy up, put a microphone in his face, and make him become a voiceover artist. Truly, I was watching Audacity demo videos, and this guy that I was watching obviously thought his dulcet tones were quite silky and smooth. And I'm like, hey, guy, it's just YouTube. Calm down. Calm down. But yeah, you could blow that guy out of the water with those silky tones. Silky tones. Anyway, Brian, dude, you're still like, he said, come with it. All right, we're going to talk. We're going to talk. We're going to talk, brother. I know how to get with you. We're going to make something happen because there's just no point to wasting that instrument you were gifted with. Man, why don't somebody else talk? I feel like I'm all alone here at the radio show.
I'm wondering why Zach's been so quiet.
Zach's been making noise, but he hasn't said a word.
But then he muted up.
I'm getting all that good stuff.
There he is.
Making cigarettes noises. You know what? I don't want to type right this second. I'm not feeling it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say good morning to Ian. Good morning, Ian. Brian Gaska, who I've already spoken to, but you get doubled up. You are the voice. Benito himself. What's up, Ben Platt? Darren Daz Cox, master of his and your reality. Who else do I see? Another Brian we all love here at Iron Realm. Brian CB. I'll just stop there, I guess. What else do I see here? Alexander Lightwater, good morning. Liz, what's up, lady? I hear a beep in my ear. What was that? Zombie Snoop. Haven't played with you on a game in a minute, friend. I hope you're doing good. Good morning, Boonhawk. I saw your name already. Who else do I see? Catch 22. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm excited to be here, and yet I could fall asleep even as we speak. A bit of a catch 22. Anyone who's never seen that movie or read that book, which is where I started, yeah, really great precursor, I guess you will, to Wag the Dog. What's up, Martino? Martin Haley in the house. And there's Travis. Travis, swipe up. Swipe up. Not left, not right. Swipe up and see what happens. Is that it? Did I see anybody else I missed yet? If I missed you, I apologize. My eyes are not even open yet. I'm doing this all by feel. The braille on my screen is not really good, though. Not really working. All right, I'm alone again. Alone again without you.
How was the weekend, Walter?
Luke Bryant, are you kidding me? Hold on, Zach. I have just found out that our buddy Daz is now a roadie for Mr. Luke Bryant. Dude, he was hitting the scene just about my last stint in radio was Mr. Bryant's early days of fame and fortune. And he was actually one of those new country guys I didn't despise because most people my age are not huge fans of the new country. You know, once the Outlaws weren't outlaws anymore, it just kind of lost its edge for me. So, and then once we had disco and crap, I call it, I think that's the name, right? Crap, country rap, crap. That, you know, that whole thing, I'm not a fan of much new country, but I do like his style. It's a little different. That's a little different. So give me a guitar pick or something, man. Just for one day. Well, that's cool.
That's
that cool.
Debacle called the Garth Brooks concert.
Something about Garth Brooks.
They had people walking 2 miles, something like that, over a mile at the last Garth Brooks concert. The parking, it was all messed up. Some people didn't even get to see the show, I guess.
Oh, well, I know it broke records here in Louisiana, and we heard it over there in Baton Rouge from Franklin. So,
yeah, they people that were quite upset because those tickets weren't cheap. Those were expensive.
Yeah, there's usually going to be some people upset about something.
No, but they didn't even get to see the show at all. Like
right.
They were trying to.
Did you hear about Woodstock?
But it's, you know,
I'm just being stupid, man. I'm being stupid. A lot of people forget that quite a few people took a bath on Woodstock because it was not a free concert. Anyway. I'll find some Luke Bryan and play it for y'all. Did I say good morning to DN? Good morning, DN. Thank you for that plea for thumbs. And you know what? Shame on me. I haven't thumbed up the show I do yet. Okay. Thank you, sir, for reminding me. Or ma'am. Lord.
So every time I log into Restream, it wants me to put a name at the bottom. And usually I can just hit the space bar, clear it out, and jump right in without having to add my name. But I thought, just for shits and giggles, why don't I add something today? I thought, what do I want to add?
Okay.
Not my name, obviously.
Oh, well, no, that would suck.
So I just went on over to
that guy,
TFR.
That guy.
Well, I checked just to see what our last show's episode number was. Well, I'll just go ahead and put the next episode number on there. And I couldn't hardly believe it. Even still, I can't hardly believe we are episode 492.
Woo, that's a lot of piled up stuff right there.
That's crazy.
Think about the electronic carbon footprint you have created, Mr. Corey.
Well, luckily, the electronic carbon footprint's pretty relatively small, given the size the chips get every time they have to reinvent more space. I mean, an MP3 file doesn't take too much, even 500 of them. But I still thought that was pretty cool. 500 almost. Greatest show of all time, fellas. Thanks much, Boonog.
Oh, no, I was locked into chat. Straight up. I was reading that Martin Haley's quote there, which I'm not, I know it's ringing a bell. Long ago, there was an empire ruled by emperors, then came kingdoms ruled by kings. But I'm trying to remember. And then I saw Daz's text. Oh, man, the brain stopped. It just froze. Like you felt it log up. Words stopped. Thoughts, processing, all that didn't work. Hooey. Anyway, yeah. Woodstock, an Aquarian exposition. Here is a story that will define the future of anyone born close to that date. How to dress, act, think, and who and what to be opposed to. Indeed, my friend. Indeed. A lot of CIA planning went into that, I'm sure.
Don't take the brown acid.
Don't. That's the real stuff that's good. Will enlighten you. We want you on that orange stuff that Owsley created. Our chemist, not your chemist.
Liz does make a pretty good point that we probably have some episodes that are missing, skipped over, or just didn't load up into the vault. That it wouldn't surprise me at all if we'd already hit 500. I did notice while downloading the first 100 that our 100th episode was really my 99th download, not my 100th. So there must have been one skipped somewhere that first 100 for sure.
Probably Santos.
Got to start.
What did you say, Zach?
Time to start over.
Time to start over. Do it all over again. See where it was. Nope. I'm going to start getting some of those cut up and re-released for the patrons and for the Rockfin subscribers.
So interesting. I'm trying to get better here. What is this? I am trying to get better with inputting things into my computer. Now that I have an amplifier that says it makes that easy, supposedly that will be a easier thing. But as you and Zach know, when I tried to play for y'all on the Zoom call or the Skype call or what were we on? Discord? One of those devices.
I think it was Discord.
Yeah, it didn't work yet. It was some kind of something I'm not understanding. It recognized the device, but nothing came out of the device. So that makes no sense. Anyway, that's not. But today is my plan. I watched about an hour worth of Audacity last night. I'm almost to the point where I may be able to get it recorded. We'll see. Nice. They updated it. That's why I had to watch a video, because when I opened it after not having used it for probably 2 years, well, since I read that story about it getting gaped and being malware and all that, I didn't I think that was my transition period when I went from the old computer to the newer one, and I was like, well, I'm not going to put spyware on my system, so I didn't even have it downloaded or on my programs. So when I downloaded it, the interface had changed considerably visually, so I knew there had to be quite a few updates, and I had to watch a video. I think I'm up to speed. We'll see. But anyway, yeah. Get there. Good morning, Bornick. I see you. We'll try to call y'all out. I don't think I can type this morning. It's beyond my energy. I did take kratom. I have coffee next to me. It's all a good sign. Good sign. Good sign. Good sign.
So how is little bunny Binks doing? Little lady Binks doing?
She's doing good. Getting a little more balanced as far as her hormones are concerned. After having been fixed. Nope. We're just going to give her another few weeks. And then it's off to the dating scene. So we can find her a little husband or somebody to spend some time with, because she's still pretty needy in the attention department. So it'll be nice to get her a bond mate with whom she can spend time and not have to be chewing on my shoes all the time. And Liz, I've not seen any information as far as specifics for Doc Michael and what happened with Doc. I really have no idea. I know we talked about it a bit last week.
That's all I knew and know, guys, unfortunately.
Same.
I even perused the Facebook, which I don't do, to see, and I didn't find that was last week, though. I haven't checked since the weekend, over the weekend.
Oh, I'm sorry. Out of it.
Yeah, I am too, man. I'm drinking coffee and rubbing some in my eyes, just anything here. But yeah, definitely he will be missed, Doc Michael. He was a steady, amazing force in all of our lives, be it through chats or even more up close and personal interaction. But yeah, man, it's ironic that Josh and I had just spoken about him a few days prior to that, maybe a week or so. Brian Cask is saying he has a few friends telling him to do the voiceover. Brian, it's really a wasted thing, brother. It truly is. When I hear other people's attempts at it and know what you're just sitting there on top of, yeah, you could be rolling in some serious bucks, my friend. You could be doing it literally on your phone at this point. You know, the phone algorithms are pretty advanced. They tend to deal with voices pretty well. And it looks like Zombie Snoop had a bit of info. Karen B was talking about Doc Michael on Coffee Talk Stream yesterday, and seems he passed of natural causes. Okay.
I hear you, Walt. I hear you.
The natural causes of this world we live in, is that
do any of us pass of natural causes? Or do we have to age and die the way we do unnaturally?
Yeah, pretty sure that's unnatural. Look at Hippie Shake in the chat. What's up, Hippie? Missing you. Definitely hadn't had you up here this early with us in a while. Your presence is definitely noted and missed, and I see you in other places. Get to say hey there later in the day. I know it's early. Thank you for being here. Oh, my goodness.
I was watching some old Married with Children yesterday.
Okay.
It just popped up. So I was like, yeah, I'll watch some of this. It was like the greatest of Al Bundy. They couldn't make that show today. All the political I mean, that's something I'm going to look for. I'll watch a reaction video of somebody younger watching Married with Children.
What about the honeymooners even? I was just thinking about this a few days ago.
Jeez. Children would be losing their minds if they saw this. All these social justice warriors.
Keep it up, Alice. I'm going to punch you right in the face and knock you into the sky.
Yes, sir.
Right. One of these days, Alan. Good morning, DN. Glad to see you. Voynich does put it to a point. He had a complete life. That's what he got out of it. Stop worrying, peeps. Not worrying so much, just upset that we missed out on saying goodbye to a friend. That's where I'm at. You know, it really feels like in this world of disjointed electrical connections that we're all so immersed in that sometimes those connections let things kind of fall through the cracks. And that's a very sad state. That's my only thing about it all there, boy. I am not upset about his life in any way. I'm very glad he had a great life. It's just, as I said, me and Josh had just spoken about him the week before, wondering about things, just we had some interactions with him and wondered how he was doing. And now we know. So, but yeah, just like I said, more the missing out on saying goodbye than anything. Not so much, sad, just regrets. We always have them. And it's really hard to stay, as I said, I think that's part of the whole scheme is getting everybody's energy tendrils so far spread out and trying to fill out so many directions over so far a distance. It definitely can affect the amount of energy you have for yourself, the amount of energy you have for people that are physically near you. I know when I do Reiki for Michelle, it takes a bit out of me. And just a couple nights ago, she needed a little extra. And I couldn't even hardly summon it. It was hard. It was really hard. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm struggling here suddenly. Damn. I think I'll mute up. Give me a second. Choking to death.
Actually, working on learning about circulation of the blood a lot lately, and things you can do to help that. Just massaging along veins, or right along the outside of where all these arteries and veins run, really does help. We've been working on Cammie's legs the last couple weeks, but it takes a lot out of you. It really does, because like when I even do it now, I close my eyes. It seems to work better when I do it by feel and not by, it's
absolutely.
Yeah, it's hard to explain, but with my eyes open, it's like it doesn't work properly. But when I close my eyes, I can almost see better, if that makes sense. I'm seeing by feel.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's amazing how you can feel things, little tiny abrasions, or, that you normally don't feel when your eyes are open. It's wild how you're when you take one of them away.
Well, again, I think it speaks to that connection that we have as proximity is a thing with energy. I mean, energy is infinite, energy is everything, but, there's a limit of kilowatts the body can produce. It's just fact. So that proximity is key. I mean, when I start in on it, like with Michelle's back, I usually, as soon as she's like, can you do a little something? It's time dying. It's not always the same spot. It's usually a different spot, all that. But when I go, it's just like straight to it. I just know where to go. And my son, it was always like that growing up. That was kind of, I always called him the healer because he would just walk up and put his hand on your spot immediately and massage it. He would know before you even said, hey, I'm hurting, or hey, I need a little energy moved around or whatever. He would just walk up and do it and know the exact spot to go to. And it's just that's what we all have. We all have that. It's not like, oh, he was special, I was special. None of that. It's you're talking about it there in chat. It's just who we are. It's what we are. We're energy beings. And so that energy is definitely important. That's why they do everything they can to give us all kind of distractions, to dissipate as much of that collected, stored up energy.
So we are
What's
joined.
the girl got to do to get a drink around here?
I thought we understood that this was, HJ's all around, man. What's up, Trav? We've only got about 45 seconds before we hit first break.
Yeah. I was lurking for the longest time, and I'm like, I'm done lurking. I got to come up with a line to get in here.
No, I saw you. I was working on getting you in. What you been up to?
Same old, same old.
Yeah, us too.
We'll catch up after the break.
Sounds like a plan. Off to a slow start this morning. We're all just sort of bleary-eyed, rubbing the sleep out, just trying to wake up, get going with our day. I am still a little stiff and sore, so there's that. Be sure you stick around. We do have 3 more segments coming up on the other side of the break, which should be kicking in any minute here, right here on Truth Frequency Radio, TFR Live.
We got a little lettuce. We just had Travis come in and hang out, so we're going to have something, I promise. It will be better. It can't get much worse.
Nope, can't get much worse. Setting that bar exceptionally low. Stick around. We'll be right back after these briefest of messages.
You need to get this in your spirit, because I don't know what you're walking through, but some of you right now, you are in a tough season. An event has happened, and something's happened, and maybe you have failed. But I want to remind you that failure is not final, it's formative. It is not final, it is formative. It is part of the process. It's part of the journey. Your failure matters as much as your success. How do you think you're going to grow if you don't ever fail? Yet some of you have failed and you have decided, well, guess what? I'm a failure. No, failure is an event. It is never a person. Just because you failed doesn't mean that you're a failure. In fact, failure is actually fuel for your future, the way that you grow, the way that you advance. You have to fail in order to succeed. I wish I could get a witness at 12:15 who knew that they've gone through some failures, and just because you failed doesn't mean it's final. It's formative.
Discover the extraordinary powers of intuitive healing with pain transmutation, a method of holistic healing for the human soul, body, mind, and emotions. If you are looking for answers and a deep understanding of how to help yourself and the people around you to live a happier, healthier life, this is the right place for you. Learn how to read your soul's history in the Akashic Records. Remove negative energy attachments from your astral body and start the process of inner and outer pain transmutation. Join Pain Transmutation Community to get started on the path of intuitive healing. Change your energetic state. Manifest new and exciting experiences. Re-energize your life and build inspiring connections with others in our community.
Once in a decade, a true story comes along that remembers the future. After 6 Amazon bestsellers, I have completed the epic Birth Trilogy, a true story of Earth. By reading the Birth Trilogy, you will journey with the characters from the origin of Earth to its final destiny in a white-knuckle ride that combines the intrigue of Tom Clancy with the epic scope of Prometheus and Interstellar. You will learn more about the purpose of life, the mystery of death, and the true nature of your soul than you thought possible. The Birth Trilogy is now available on Amazon and Kindle. The audio version is a free bonus when you buy the paperback, so even if you're not a great reader, don't worry about it. I read it for you. Use the Amazon app today and buy the Birth Trilogy, spelled Bearth, or search for my name. I'm Brooks Agnew.
Real people, real radio. Wherever you are, make it TFR. Truth Frequency Radio.
And welcome back to the second half of the first half of the Ironworks, right here, Truth Frequency Radio, TFR Live.
Indeed, welcome back. Welcome back. Real quick, I see we've been joined in chat by Walking Axel. What's up? Hippie Shake has joined us as well. Good to see you. Damn it, somebody else hopped in. Allie, that's who I saw hop in, and it got me all pumped up. What's up, Allison? How are you? I think that's it. I'm trying to catch y'all as you come in. I probably have missed a bunch, and I apologize. It looks like our friend Capalicious is a bit under the weather from what I'm seeing there from Hippie Shake. Send our love, send energy, send healing. Anything you got extra to send that way. Definitely sucks to be down, having a little exosome exercise going on. Exorcism? I don't know. Exosome exorcism. I like it.
That's good. We are joined by our buddy Travis Finley, the Plain Truth on YouTube.
Hello. What ho?
In the truck. As always, seems like you spend a lot of time up there in that seat, don't you?
Oh my God.
Ermagerd.
On my way up to Syracuse, outside Syracuse a bit, Oswego, New York. But yeah, same old stuff. Had some excitement the other night with the 99.8 full moon.
Ooh.
I put it in the Skype chat. I shared it in the YouTube chat, but I caught the moon doing some green flashes, which surprised the bejesus out of me. I had no expectation of ever seeing the moon do green flashes, and it was an amazing, almost like a lunar wave kind of shit going on with the moon going through the layers of the air, and it was just sending waves all around the edges so that it had a ripple effect, green, yellow, and actually did a little short video on it being oblate. That was fun.
Oh.
Well, I know I stepped outside 2 nights ago not knowing it was full. And as soon as I hit the back steps and I could see it through the trees, it was just out of control. Like, it was so bright, way brighter than normal. And definitely sent me walking down the road a bit so I can get a better view through the trees. And I could see a wandering star very close in proximity.
That was Jupiter.
Was it? I was going to say, I never did look up my app to see which one it was. I had my hands full taking out trash, whatever I was doing. But yeah, it was definitely, it felt bigger, it felt lower, it felt closer, it felt brighter, all those things. And it was like, oh, all the crap they give us. Oh, that's because it's just right there over, in the house area. You see it near that. Yeah, no, the fucking man was unusual, out of ordinary. Totally. So yeah, the fact that you saw some strangeness, I don't doubt. In fact, just days ago on the channel I watch quite often, Mr. BBB333 had 3 people within just a week or so send him videos of the sun doing that flashing thing. And I get some of those I've seen seem to be very related to camera aperture, trying to adjust to blah, 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 blah. But others, like stuff that's on a, like on a weather cam or whatever, it just seemed really bizarre. And the fact that now you're seeing the moon kind of reflecting, the weirdness is interesting. Very telling, I think, on what we're all feeling right now, trying to wake up this morning.
Yeah, the one thing I didn't do last night was go out and check but I was tired after driving all day, and I went to bed early because I had to get up early as well. So I missed last night, but yeah, it was interesting. Just, bright orange it was beautiful, and caught a nice 737 transit going across her face. Ladies and gentlemen, if you wouldn't mind looking out your left window, you'll see the moon to the left as we pass by. I wonder if anybody saw the moon like that outside the window of the 737. You know what I mean? Because they flew straight across the face for me.
Let all the children know that may appear to be, but don't worry, not actually following you.
Don't I remember them having people close their windows at night on command or some shit now on airplanes? Or I don't remember. Something was going on.
You close your window flying over the ocean at night now?
I know, yeah, something I heard like that.
Yeah. I've heard that.
Like they'll come around to your fucking seat, wake you up and say, hey, close your window. I mean, that's what I saw happening in the video that somebody had going around. It was like, okay, what the fuck? I want to look out, So yeah, I would think up that high, that close to things, that there's definitely things to see. Remember that like brief period where they had the plane that had the up viewing windows and that went out of style? Let me look at that thing up.
Well, now they have those 8K monitors that are replacing windows. You've seen that, right? Where you look out, it looks like a window and everything, and you can look out each window and everything looks like you're actually looking outside at an airport, but you could be sitting in like the factory of where the thing was built. I don't understand why you would make something like that.
So that people don't see what's going on in the sky outside.
Yeah, I know that, but I mean,
I know what their excuse is. I see here as I'm looking for up raised windows, I see what is it? Damn it. Dreamliner's dimmable windows and how they work on the Boeing 787. So they have dimmable windows apparently now, tech wise. That was in 21. I'll see. Yeah, 2021. Anyway, I can't find any airplane actually. I thought there was one like that had the moon view or whatever it was.
I had some really beautiful footage when I was flying in over the Midwest, over Denver a couple years ago. Beautiful footage of the Earth.
Sorry, I'm looking up up these windows. I know I've seen them.
I know I've seen it too, Zach, and I can't find it now. God dog it. Of course not. What's up, Mike D for Life has hit the chat. So has Mr. David M. Welcome, good friend. I also see that Bornick has made it. Tomanoid 2. Or Tomanoid as well. No, I'm kidding. Tomanoid, what's up? Brian A. Metz is here. What's up, Brian? I probably missed somebody. But I'm trying. No typing today. No typing. It's a no type Tuesday.
But going back to what Zach was talking about with the massaging, my friend, whom I would love to get on the show one day when he's ready, who's done a lot of research for the pathology of the human body and whatnot. He massages his limbs and body every day when he wakes up.
Yeah, it's a really easy way to get your blood flowing and all that kind of stuff. And just not so much the blood flowing better, it's really stretching out your veins and arteries and keeping them limber. Because they'll they harden up, they dry out, they crack. You start getting varicose veins and all these types of things. But if you and there's things you can eat that help along with this. Sherry Ives, if you're out there, you'll love this one. Dark chocolate is actually, the cacao is actually great for helping your veins and arteries stay nice and limber and not harden. So yeah, a little bit of dark chocolate and then and it's not like a hard pressure, and it's not so much directly on the vein, more or less like massaging the muscles right outside the vein. What I see when I'm doing it is I see all these toxins and stuff like that are like all gummed up right where the veins and arteries latch onto the muscles. And I'm like breaking all that stuff up and just, massaging the muscle. So now it's because when you flex your muscle, just about every time you do that, your muscles are releasing toxins. So when you're doing this, it's also a good idea to always be drinking water, the cleanest water you can get. But yeah, have lots of water, because once you release those toxins, they're going to need something to travel with to get out of you. Sweating is great. Drink lots of water, dark chocolate. And yeah, I don't know. It's really neat. I love this healing stuff with my thoughts. It's, I think it's how we're supposed to do it. We're not supposed to go to the doctor and, he says, oh, looks at your blood. What's in your blood? Never looked at your blood before, mind you. It says, oh, well, you're missing some of this, since all humans are exactly the same, right? And then gives you some pill, and then comes back and measures you through. Sometimes you feel better, sometimes you don't. Sometimes the side effects of the medicine you're taking are worse than the actual what was going on in the first place. I don't think that's how we're supposed to do it. I think we have the ability not only to heal others, but we could heal ourselves with this. And I think that's the main key is, we need to take control of our own health. Don't give it to somebody who's been indoctrinated extra long into this medical system that we have here in the Western world today. Because even if they are the, great soul trying to help you, it's probably not in your best interest to follow the procedures and techniques and ideas that have been passed down to them. Now you find an old school doctor, that's a little different. You find that old school doctor who tells you, oh, yep, do this, do that, home remedy type stuff. I think we've gotten way too far away from that and putting what's the word? I don't even know what the word is. Not our trust or our hope, but our well-being in the hands of someone else that we don't even know at all. But yeah, I think, we can do this we can fix ourselves. We don't need, now not everything is fixable, I'm sure. And we're all going to pass eventually. All right, I'm sorry, I'm ranting. But yeah, healing is for everyone. Anybody can do it.
Well, sorry, Walt.
No, go ahead, Travis. I was just agreeing completely on the healing yourself thing and others.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it if no one else will. Again, talking to my friend Mike, who's been doing this research, and we all know the language that Zach's talking, but I honestly do believe that if we were able to maintain our bodies the way nature designed them to be, I really do believe that they would last us many, many, many years longer.
Without a doubt.
The fact that you get a cut and your body restores the skin, shows that regeneration on that level is a design reality, right? Now, we're not lizards and we can't grow limbs back, but for the most part, I think our bodies are designed to replace and renew so that it can be maintained for longevity.
Then the Lord said, my spirit shall not strive with man forever, because he is also flesh. Nevertheless, his days shall be 120 years. Interesting,
Now, that
that's
was
in Genesis 6. It's actually Genesis 6:3. The next little passage there is Genesis 6:4, which is the Nephilim. It's actually the sons of God were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God came in the daughters of man, and they bore children to them, those who were mighty, men of old, men of renown. In the actual, there were giants in the earth in those days, is the original version. I just popped that one open really quickly. Interesting that we're talking about lifespans right as we're talking about the intertwining with human DNA and the Nephilim DNA. Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna throw shade on the Nephilim concept. It's just that I'll try to add a little bit of a my own understanding.
Absolutely, because I have a whole take on it myself. I'm just throwing the verse out there because of what we're talking about.
Yeah. Well, my take on the nature of the Bible at this moment is that it's much more allegorical than it is literal. And so the 120 is really, in biblical symbolism, 3 sets of 40, 40, 40, and 40. And 40 is typically a period of testing.
Right.
Okay, a period of testing. So if you have 3 periods of testing, so to speak, then that's 120. So I'm not persuaded that it's talking about man's actual physical longevity, but rather it's talking about the periods that God is going to put his people through. But anyway, yeah. The other thing about those length of days with the ages in Genesis 5 is that the astronomical lengths are actually astronomical. They actually match up with the wandering stars circuits. So they're calculations of the lengths of the planets, and then they are simply associated with people. So again, I don't think that those are talking about literal physical lengths of years that people lived per se.
I like it.
But yeah, that's the only place really, except for Goliath, where the Bible, as we have it as Protestants, talks about these giants. And it's always just been, well, we have, people do, those are the anomalies, right? Goliath was the anomaly. He's not like typical. Is that breaking up?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
okay.
I was muted.
Oh, yeah, I was just looking into it. About 5 minutes. Have you noticed?
Wasn't there though a book of giants? Yeah, there it is. I found it. Okay, yeah, and I thought that was Apocrypha. So what's up with that? I don't know it. I just knew I had seen the book in my early days of looking for Enoch stuff. It was like an offshoot of the Book of Enoch or something. It seems like, yep, there it is. Is that a whole different thing, or is that why they took it out of the Bible? Or again, I know there's allegory. I know there's all kind of poetry. I know all of these things. I went to a biblical college, but I also know there's history. So yeah, I don't know the Book of Giants. I haven't read it. Let me see what they say. It is an apocryphal Jewish book which explains blah, blah, blah. The Jewish narrative expands upon it, and it just talks about wickedness, before the spread of, before the flood. I'm just trying to really quick flip through this. Tell me what you know while I really quick read this.
Nothing at all. I wasn't Catholic, so the Apocrypha was just something that we used as a proof that, those crazy Catholics don't have the real,
Right.
Bible. So.
Well, the guy who wrote, like, our professor wrote our textbook, and he pointed us to it. Like, he was awesome in that way. He would always let you go outside of the fucking curriculum. I mean, he was excellent. He pointed us to the Apocrypha. He pointed us to, like, he and I traded books all the time, because here I am, at that age being just super UFO guy. So I'm bringing him all these books that tie in, like, the wheels and all this shit, which I've reevaluated considerably since then. But at the time, I did a whole paper on it, broke his brain. We traded books back and forth, and that's where I first saw and read the Book of Enoch way back in the 90s. But then, like I said, he also explained there were so many more things that had been taken away. He was the first guy that talked to me about like the Jubilee and the economics of the Bible and stuff. Anyway, let's don't get off on that. That'll be a whole nother 3-hour show.
We have about 6 minutes, or 4 minutes.
Yeah, we're about 4 out.
I'm going to be going on a walk today in this old part of Spartanburg. This lady says that so much of the buildings are like all old red brick, and they're mud flooded out, where half the building, you can see half of a level that's like underground, and then it comes out of the ground eventually. Yeah, I'm kind of excited. I can't wait. I love just walking around and looking. There's this really old looking house with a copper dome spire thing right on top in the center of the house. So yeah, we're gonna go walking around and see.
Yeah, man, make a good video with that. That sounds awesome.
I haven't seen as much many people doing that stuff as of late. There were a few where you saw all kinds of them, and then it's really slowed down quite a bit.
Did I drop that story about the church in New Iberia or not in here? Let me go see. I don't think I did.
I don't think you did either.
Damn it. All right. So there's a church right down the road, about 30 minutes. And, oh, hell, we don't have time. We'll get into it after the break.
Yeah, and we are slowly rolling up on it.
Oh, and I thought we were closer. I just looked down. I'm trying to find that story now. Hang on.
Yeah, we still got a couple minutes. I will say I did finally make it to the doctor yesterday. Event free. I did not actually get smacked into again on the way to the doctor this time. So I told her, about having to get to the ER for going into AFib and getting pissy with the ER and having to walk out AMA and all that good stuff. And she wasn't even phased a bit. She's like, yeah, it happens. It's not a big deal. She's like, well, we just ran an EKG. I listened to your heart. I don't think you need a referral to a cardiologist. You probably need to cut back on the coffee. A pot a day is a bit much.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I mean, that's down quite a bit too, even. Just one pot a day is pretty good. So, all right. And she said, maybe go to like a half and half decaf. I'm like, ugh.
No.
Yeah.
No. There's got to be a better solution.
I just pour half a cup of coffee.
Courage and deal with only 1 cup a day.
I mean, I can do 2. She even says I do like 10-ounce cups. I do 2 in the morning, 2 cups of coffee. Then I switch to water. And then I do water till about noon. Maybe have another cup of coffee right after lunch. No coffee after 3 because it fucks with your sleep. And
I don't know how you do more than 2, man. If I drink more than 2 cups of coffee, I'm fucking bouncing off the walls. I was like,
That's because you're so slight.
He's a wee little dude.
dude, it's like drinking 2 energy drinks for me. My body just gets out of, like, I feel funny, like not right. So I just don't. Like, I don't even drink 2 cups of coffee usually. That's like overdoing it for me. I never finish my second cup.
I usually make about 20 some odd ounces in the morning.
Yeah, that's late. Yeah, I do 12. I do 1 12-ounce cup, and I'm good.
Well, we're not
Might
gonna
have
get
one
into
later on if I know we're going to be doing some shoot stings. I'll have one maybe like 6 o'clock so I can stay up past 9.
The NutriBullet or whatever it is cup, that's my coffee now. I used to go through 6 of these a day. Now I do 1. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Proud of myself.
I'm working on it. We'll be right back. Stick around.
This is iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio makes you want to move. When you have a great melody, a song can last forever.
Instantly connected.
I love it when the beat goes.
Did you know you can listen to Truth Frequency Radio on iHeartRadio? Just download the app to your smart car, smartphone, or smart TV and get the best of TFR wherever you are.
iHeartRadio.
I'll see you there.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7, with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
Warning. Under no circumstances should disinfectant products be administered into the human body through injection, ingestion, butt chugging, or any other route. This video is a joke. Enjoy.
We're also testing disinfectants, readily available. We've tested bleach. We've tested isopropyl alcohol. I can tell you that bleach will kill the virus in 5 minutes, and that's with no manipulation.
So suppose we hit the body. I see the disinfectant. Suppose we hit the body with tremendous ultraviolet. Suppose we hit the body. I see the disinfectant. Suppose we hit the body with tremendous ultraviolet. We're leading the way in so many different ways. Supposing we brought the light inside the body in some other ways. As we continue to develop potential therapies, I see the disinfectant. I see the disinfectant. I think people are going to know. You're going to know. I'm going to know. I think people are going to know. You're going to know. I'm going to know. I think people are going to know. I see the disinfectant. This whole curse, this whole plague. And is there a way we can do something like that? Injection. Suppose we hit the body. I see the disinfectant. Suppose we hit the body with tremendous ultraviolet. Suppose we hit the body. I see the disinfectant. Suppose we hit the body with tremendous ultraviolet. As we continue our battle against the virus, the data in fact suggests that we're making great progress with tremendous ultraviolet to the invisible enemy. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body. And then I see the disinfectant ultraviolet through the skin. And it's working very well. Very big deal. We will end this plague. And then I see the disinfectant. I see the disinfectant. That's really powerful. We hit the body. I see the disinfectant. Suppose we hit the body with tremendous ultraviolet. Suppose we hit the body. I see the disinfectant. Suppose we hit the body with tremendous ultraviolet. Oh, what the fuck?
Wherever you are, make it TFR. Truth Frequency Radio.
Good morning.
Here. Wake up. Wake up.
This is hot.
Wake up. Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Okay, dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there.
There was one?
There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Jones here. You're listening to Iron Realm Media. I listen all the time, and it's the best truth show out there. Forget about the mainstream lying. Get your weekly dose of iron. Realm, that is. Stay woke, folks.
And welcome back to the first half of the second half of the Ironworx, kicking off right here, right now, right this very moment.
So yeah, I'm trying to show this on the radio. It doesn't work, I know, but I will use these pictures in today's show description for those of you who are not joining us over there on the YouTubers or the Rock Finners or any of those other tubing type places where we are simulcasting. This is the Cathedral of St. John the Evangelist in downtown Lafayette. I was wrong about where it is. Pretty amazing architecture. Well, they could be bigger, I suppose. The story's byline is that it's like very similar in looks to Hogwarts. Never watched those movies except the first one with my son at the theater. Slept through the whole thing. Not a fan.
Blasphemer!
Yeah, no, I just wasn't a fan. Never made it. Never got there. But the building is quite extraordinary. I've been there quite a few times. There's 3 Pokestops around it. So I've been there a few times. And when I was there, I was quite stunned by the building's antiquitech rooftops and spires, but I've never been inside. Apparently it's quite amazing inside as well, as you see. Which I said on the radio, I will include. This tree also is right outside. It's one of the oldest, largest existing Evangeline oaks pretty much anywhere. And I have been on that tree, climbed it. It is amazingly powerful. He is strong and full of some stories.
One of my good friends here in Maryland, Derek, we went and did the solar return last year, and then we went to California to work with Daryl Davis on his farm. But he does a lot of walkabouts in Baltimore, and he posted some relief images that he came across, and he was going to go out again this week. But he says, man, there's so much in Baltimore to decode and to find. And yeah, he's got a channel called Man vs. Matrix. I was just trying to look for it. I couldn't find it. So I texted him to see if he could send me the link. And he'd be a great guy to listen to because he's, like I said, he's been out doing some of his investigations.
Yeah, get us hooked up, man. See if he wants to come hang out and have a chat.
Sure. Yeah. He goes out all the time to the parks, and he'll do rock balances.
It's epic.
Yeah. So he posts that on Instagram all day. He's got some
hook him up with us, man, for sure. I always like to meet new and interesting people. We have new and interesting people that have joined us in chat. Since I'm not typing hello, I'm going to say hey to the Alan Holman, line producer extraordinaire, sir. Jess JG is here as well. I saw, where is it? It looked like Martin had showed up at some point. I may be wrong. Damn it, my thing keeps going to the bottom every time I scroll. Anyway, I'll find out another person in a minute. You guys go ahead.
I found a YouTube channel.
Nice. Well done, sir.
Gunmutt Man. Gum Nut Man is here. That's who I saw. Thank you. And on a plane. Sorry, Zach. I just finally got my scroll acting right. I had too much open. My apologies.
Yeah, this guy's channel is Energy Researcher. He's got just over 100 videos, under 500 subscribers, though. I'd love more people to go over there and check out what this young man is doing. He builds his own Tesla coils, gets them tuned in with the oscilloscope. He's doing some crazy stuff to these Tesla coils and getting some amazing results.
Drop that link as well, sir, and I'll include that in our show description.
Yeah, I can do that. And he works like 60 hours a week. I tried to get him to come onto the show, but he's like, I'd love to, but when you guys are on, just doesn't work for me.
Both sides, morning or evening?
Yeah, morning or evening. Yeah. He said, time is just a huge factor. When he's not at work, he's tinkering.
Right. Well, we can hang out away from all the time stamps and make a recording or just get to know him. That'd be great.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I gave him the email address for Iron Realm Media and just told him, hey, if you ever get a break or something like that, and you'd like to chat about this stuff, even offline, would be weird. Love it.
That email is Iron. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
I'm just searching Tesla coil stuff, looking for different people playing with. I think it was actually searching rectennas. When I was looking more into those, it's neat what he's doing. Tesla coil is smaller than my small one, but he's learned how to tune in. Like mine isn't tuned in. Whoever built mine didn't care about the flux of the wires and this and that. They just built a Tesla coil, which it does what it's supposed to do. But if you want to send electricity wirelessly and then harness it wirelessly, you really need to have these things fine-tuned to a certain frequency. And he's like making stuff up as he's going along, and it's working.
That's cool.
It's so beautiful watching this young man. And all his videos are real short, just a few minutes usually. And he puts stuff out almost every day.
Will you drop the link?
Yeah. I'll drop it in chat right now. Researcher. Yeah, very humble young man, and just you could tell that he just loves this stuff. It's not about fame or fortune or anything like that. He just loves playing with this stuff and sharing what he finds. We need more people like this out there. He and Parker need to meet up. That's another channel, Parker Edmondson. Young man. He actually turned on his generator over the weekend. He has a huge, it's kind of like Wardenclyffe Tower. Not nearly as big. It's in his backyard. But he turned it on over the weekend, and there were people and it's down in Texas, and there were people from, I saw as far as Indiana, claiming that, when you turned it on, my little light on top of my receiver started lighting up. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's like 900 miles that he's sending energy through the earth to other people.
Yeah, it's pretty epic, man.
Yeah. So definitely
that's another young gentleman we need to reach out to. I've been giving you some time, but I'm about to start throwing some lines this way too. I'd love to talk to him.
Yeah, I asked him a question. Last time I asked him a question about this stuff, he got back to me real quick. I don't know if I might have stumped him maybe, but I just asked him, because I've been thinking about this a lot, and I don't think it's the actual Schumann resonance that we want to try to tune to.
Right.
I think it's actually the frequency of a lightning strike. Whatever that is.
1.21 gigawatts!
Yeah, exactly. That's
Great
what we
Scott!
do. It's like, I forget how many lightning strikes every second, 180 or something like that, every single second, somewhere on Earth. And we're all connected within this electrical field, so it is definitely possible.
Hey, Zach.
Maybe it's a harmonic of the resonance. Maybe it's not that frequency, but a harmonic of it. You
That's
know
what
what I'm
thinking.
saying? Like
A carrier
I don't know.
wave that is a fractal of that Schumann resonance in some way.
Yeah. Well, they say that's what creates the Schumann resonance is all different lightning strikes and yada, yada, yada. But I think it's the actual, that's like the overall frequency that they all create. But I want to lock into that actual strike. I think that's where you can get more out of it.
Hey,
It's
Zach.
just a thought. Yeah.
With all the talk that Austin's been doing about the Gaussian plates,
Mm-hmm.
what is the mainstream science understanding for that then? If they know that you have to have two surfaces in order to have
This is why they created the ionosphere over our heads. They said it acts as a Gaussian plate. Gas becomes ionized, it starts acting like a conductor, like one solid piece. It's no longer, each individual atom, if you want to call them that. And it no longer starts permeating an electric field because it's acting as like in a conductor, a big piece of metal that's solid. The electric field never enters that. It stays on the outside edge of it. Now a current will go through it, but the electric field just stays dancing right along the outside edge of all matter. It never enters the matter. And they say once you get, now this is an heliocentric model, once you get high enough, all the gas becomes ionized and starts acting as a conductor. So there's your other conductive plate, which doesn't make sense because the gas isn't all ionized. On the dark side, there's no ionized gas up there that I see that's lit at night. It doesn't make sense. In an ionosphere, the idea of an ionosphere, like they say, we get all of our positive from the sun and other stars blasting our atmosphere with photons. Well, this has never been recreated in a lab. You can't take an object and put it in a vacuum and then send electricity to it with using static electricity because there's no medium for it to travel on. It will turn into plasma eventually once the potentials get high enough and create an arc, but that's not an electric field anymore. That's a conductor.
That's changed. Right.
Yeah. So even today, it's been over 115 years since they've said that the ionosphere has to be there, but nobody can recreate one in the lab still today.
Go back to what you said about the dark side of the Earth. Why would that change? If you in the daytime you can register it, but in the nighttime you can't. Why would that happen?
Because the gas is ionized. It's excited. It's lighting up.
Like a neon sign or a fluorescent light.
Yeah, okay. That's ionized gas. Well, there is no ionized gas at night. We don't see the sky. What they say about it, and this isn't like that they changed it. It's not a secret. Walter Lewin taught this in his class. He dances around it a little bit. He'll say Maxwell changed Ampere's equation because he had to, with no experimental proof. But it's true because this is how our world is. But yeah, they just say he changed it without any experimental proof, saying that this can happen now. But still today, nobody's ever recreated this phenomena they say takes place over our head. Wild, isn't it? And I found
what if I don't know
this that have asked this question. Hey, why is Maxwell's first equation and the fourth equation not coincide with each other? Why are they like exact opposites in what they say? Only 3 physicists in over 115 years have brought this up and written papers about it. The last one was in 2012. Yeah, and they
Yeah, but when has ever recreating something in the lab stopped them from presenting their
Oh well,
ideas?
yeah, absolutely.
You know, so much of their macrocosm physics can't be reduplicated. Can't be.
even the stuff. It's like the priest in the temple.
Okay, hold
on.
You got a hot mic, Mike. Walt.
I'm sorry. I thought I muted, guys. I'm excited. Hang on. I'm sorry. Okay. So I'm very limited, as you know, with my electrical knowledge. I play with it. I've done things with it. I used to be an arcade manager. I had to learn how to work on those games. In fact, we just talked about this the other day when I spilled some stuff and some got inside my wah pedal. And I definitely wanted to get in there and try and get all that sugar off that board because it'll dry and leave a place where it will arc across those 2 circuit areas of the board and cause problems. It used to happen all the time in the arcade with kids spilling drinks on the fucking machines. I'd have to get in there and make sure and get all that shit off the board. And so I'm thinking about, well, maybe we're the sugar down here on this fucking board that we're trying to make circuits happen with ourselves, our energy, our body, our physical matter of this plane, these salts we're trying to refine. I know I'm jabbling, but it's too much to put into words. We're the fucking ants in the machine that are causing the circuits to short out and arc over and recreate the reality and put forth the positive spin or whatever we do. Like Daz is always talking about creating your own reality. And by doing the meditation, by doing the healing and energy work that we were talking about earlier, by becoming the sugar on the fucking circuit board, we're the ones who change this fucking world. We're the ones causing all the changes, whatever effect, Mandela, etc. I'm just rambling because I'm so excited about this.
As we tune ourselves, so we fine-tune our existence.
And then I'm also thinking about that whole connection to the arcade. And then I'm thinking, well, the whole point of all that was to do what? To present an image on a fucking screen. And then I think about the sky that I've been looking at since I was a kid and how it's so deep up there. And I know organically and physically, and there's plasma things and all this. But what if it's just a variation of a fucking computer screen, game screen, I don't know, a living organic screen that we're looking up into that has these parts that are cymatic, they're liquid, they're all these things, but it's to present the sky to us in a way that we can see it deep. I don't know what I'm even rambling about at this point. That idea of separation that we have to have on this plane to be the physical human that we are. We can't all be connected here like we are there, or the point of us being here is moot. We're here to have a separated existence from ourself, our God, our creator, our oneness, all that. And so by that separateness, oh wow, so that may be the whole lie of the space and the distance and the we're alone, is that actually isolates us more. Even the grid of, yeah, I'm rambling. Okay, so the idea that it's so far away to the nearest whatever is part of the matrix we did kind of create, maybe to trick ourselves into more of a separateness. I don't know. I need to mute up and work on this more.
Man, you're triggered.
The kratom finally kicked in. Yeah, I got a lot of wheels spinning right now. A lot of stuff. I'm gonna write it down and work on it.
Yeah,
it seems like it's got something though around there. I'm gonna find it. And I'm sorry I derailed everything, but y'all kicked something off, and I was pumped up, and like I didn't even know I was on when it hit me, that epiphany. It was like, oh wow. So yeah. Anyway, good morning, everybody there in chat I missed earlier. I see you backwards world. Thunder Chicken himself has made it. Good morning, friend. Mr. Me Algi is here. Me Algi do. I know I saw J. Joe was here a bit earlier. Jason Jones. Somebody else. Damn it. Deanne, I think I said hey already. There we go. I see that we have been joined as well. By Jeremy. I was going to make sure he was there. Yep. What's up, Jeremy? I want to know more. NH Guy. I see you there as well. I'm just scrolling through. If I missed you, raise your hand.
So have you guys heard about the Mount Meru summit Jaron and Austin are putting on?
I have heard about that.
Yeah, but tell us more.
Tell me more.
Well,
Well,
wait. I'm sorry. Since you brought up Greece.
Oh, God, I am sorry, though, more than you are.
Listen, have you ever heard that Greece was Sandy's slipstream as she was dying?
Oh, yeah, her ascending into heaven at the end? Oh, yeah, fucking A. Fucking A.
But like, I don't remember. I think I was watching a reaction to Greece, and I saw somebody in the comment was like, okay, remember that part where they were singing "Summer Love and Happy," where Danny said that she almost drowned.
Oh, that's right. Holy shit. Oh, this is like finding out that all of the Shining movie was in Wendy's head. Oh, wow. Yeah, go. This is epic.
Yeah. So like, she actually was drowning, and the entire rest of the Grease movie was in her mind as she was dying, because that's the only thing that fucking makes sense. Like, why? I always wondered why the fucking car took off and went up into the sky.
Thank you. Even as an 8-year-old, I said, why is the car flying in this movie all of a sudden that we're not doing magic in? Right.
Yeah.
Epic.
Right?
Oh, I'm going to watch Grease again today, dude. I'm going to break Michelle's brain with this one. That's going to break her. She'll be, no, don't ruin my movie.
Anyway, sorry about that, Zach. Go on with the Mount Meru.
Yeah, I am sorry.
It's a online summit meeting where Jaron and Austin, we reach out to mostly flat earthers anymore. There's a lot of new flat earthers coming on and watching and stuff, but it's kind of an echo chamber. So they invited people like David Avocado Wolf, High Impact Flicks, Amanda Vollmer, all these other people who have, a large following, but don't really cover flat Earth too much. Now they've mentioned it, they've talked about it. They believe the Earth is flat, but it's not what they're in their wheelhouse for what they do. But this is going to allow, their audience, their large audience, to come in and hear people like Bob and Austin and Jaron and Dave. All these people that are flat earthers are going to have a new audience to share their information with, and vice versa. Brian from High Impact Flicks, great, covers First Amendment videos, amazing. He does like he'll play some of the video, he'll talk about it, he'll play some more, he'll go over laws of that area, play some more. And yeah, it's going to be really neat to see. I would love to have more First Amendment auditors become flat earthers. They're all about freedom, they're all about truth, they're all about our rights, and they're all about stopping these lies that are being told to the public.
And not for nothing, it seems like there would be a great opportunity just to start dropping flat earth knowledge on some of these people that just want to stand around and waste your time when you're doing a First Amendment audit, because you see them all the time. And it's like these guys don't really have anything particularly to say, so they just sort of poke and prod and try to see what sort of reaction they can get. But just imagine sitting there while a cop is just trying to wait you out, give you a silent treatment, and you just start asking them about the heliocentric model, just random shit. I think there's a good opportunity there.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you are interested in stuff,
we'll be right back on the other side with the links for this Mount Meru summit. And there are plenty of promo codes to go around. And we will have more on that right on the other side. We'll be back.
It's not the amount that counts. It's the philosophy that executes your plan that counts. If a child has $1, what should he do with it? It's very important. It's going to determine the rest of his life, what he does with $1. You say, well, it's just a child and it's just $1. We call that massive errors in judgment. If a child is allowed to spend the whole dollar and they don't have the sense of where that could take them, we call that the greatest disservice to a child. Not to explain to them the journey and the road you select when you spend the whole dollar. So if a child wants to spend the whole dollar, you say, no, you can't spend the whole dollar. Child says, why not? Say, well, let me show you why not. And you take them to the other side of town and say, would you like to live here? Here's where the people live that spend all they make. Here's where they live. There's nothing better than visual to illustrate to a child. Show them the tragic circumstances. If you spend all you make, if you spend all you've got, and kids will come home with their big wide eyes. Say, would you like to live here? Would you like to live like this? Kid says, no, I wouldn't want to live here. Then you can't spend the whole
From the dawn of man, we have turned to nature to help attain balance within ourselves. But somewhere, we lost our way. Western culture is once again remembering the healing benefits of CBD, the non-psychoactive component of the hemp plant. That's why more and more people who use CBD report relief from inflammation and chronic pain, balanced blood sugar and cardiovascular system, relief from muscle tensions, tremors, migraines, headaches, anxiety, depression, and the list goes on. The big question is, where do you get it? IALife is a 99% pure CBD oil made with all organic ingredients, and it's available to TFR listeners worldwide. If you use coupon code TFR at checkout, you'll get $5 towards your order. Head on over to ialife.com now. That's AYA life.com.
True initiation is an inward journey. It's a spiritual path that is totally inward. It has nothing to do with anything external to you.
I want to determine if the grand architect is indeed what I believe it to be, which is the artificial intelligence.
The initiatory path is one of self-discovery and self-revealing. It's not a journey that someone can hold your hand through.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take you through the steps of initiation. Remember, you are divinity.
Step Beyond the Veil with Chris and Sherry Geo. Fridays and Saturdays, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m.
No hate, no hype, no fear.
You're listening to Truth Frequency Radio.
We are TFR.
time to make the donuts.
Well, pitter patter, let's get at her.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the planet. To the show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to The Ironworx with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
This is hot.
I honestly think you ought to sit down calmly, take a stress pill, and think things over.
And welcome back. Fourth and final segment of the Ironworx, kicking off right now.
Indeed it is. Welcome back. All right, so my apologies for having a brain gasm in front of y'all earlier, but yeah, I'm gonna work on it. A couple things. Your comment really got me digging, and so apparently in 2016, it really hit a fever pitch. You know, Sandy's dead, fever dream. Apparently, an alternative theory out there is that it was actually Danny who died, that he died trying to rescue her, and it's all his fever dream, inventing the life he would have had with this woman he named Sandy because they met on the beach. I don't know. The actual director, Randy Kleiser, in this story I'm reading, commented, "I've read all the comments and theories about the ending of Grease. I'm in the midst of writing a book that will reveal all about that." Fast forward to 2019, Grease, the director's notebook. Randall Kleiser. Haven't read it, don't know what he revealed in it, but enjoy. Also, shout out to everybody hanging out over there with us on Rockfin. I don't see everybody's name, but I see a few of you hanging out. I did see Andrew B. and Mike D. Andrew B. dropped a link to a channel, Lucky Mandalas, how to build a homemade solar panel from scratch in a 25-minute video. I will send that over to everybody in the various areas so you guys can check that out.
Random comment, but on the same idea, slipstreams. Have you, or do you know that Anthony Hopkins wrote, directed, and starred in a movie called Slipstream? It is on the level of like a David Lynch psychedelic movie. Absolutely must watch. Christian Slater, I think, gives an amazing performance in it. Just top tier. But so many cameos in it, and fantastic movie called Slipstream. Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins directed? Okay, hang on, because when I Googled Slipstream, a Mark Hamill, Bill Paxton movie.
No. That's in the 80s. That's a sci-fi.
Right. That's the one that came to mind immediately. So let me go with a different search. Oh, 2007 movie, perhaps? Damn it.
Just make sure it's Anthony Hopkins. Like I said, he wrote, directed, starred.
I don't know what's going on. You know.
Yeah, 2007 is that movie. Yes, sir. I will check it out. Thank you. Sorry, go ahead, Zach.
This hasn't. I mean, I've been using Google Chrome for a long time. I can go in. This just started today. You know, as we're doing the show, I'll go through certain articles and say I'm not interested. Don't recommend anything from this site ever again. And I may get something from that site, you know, a couple of days later or this or that. I have said, don't It's the same article that keeps popping up. The same like 3 or 4 articles. I even just clicked not interested in sports, period. Because I had to do don't share with me from ESPN. I don't know why I'm getting all this garbage all of a sudden. This just started today. But I'll say don't recommend this to me. And then I refresh and there's the article again. Has that ever happened to you?
Every day on YouTube.
Maybe it just takes a little bit of time for their system to clear it out, so that's why it's coming back.
No, never. I mean, like I said, I've been doing this for years on, and never has it done this to me before. Where I say, "Don't recommend this article to me." Refresh it, and there's the article at the top of the page again. It's some stupid Aubrey Plaza or whatever her name is. How she weirded out Robert De Niro during Dirty Grandpa. It's like, I don't care. I don't care. And I've clicked every way not to get this recommended to me again. And it keeps popping up every time I go into Google. It's weird. This is something new. This hasn't happened before. This just started just now. Yeah, just keep an eye on that. If you search a lot and this and that, try saying don't recommend this. And then refresh and see if it's still sitting right there. I've also noticed that a lot of these places, New York Times has done this for a long time, but you have to be a subscriber or logged in. Now I'm finding this with all kinds of different sites, to where if you want to read the full article, you have to log in or become a member or this and that. It's weird. It's just something's changing, like right now. Ian says maybe they're driving me crazy. I doubt that. I doubt it's. Yeah, it's just messed up. I've never seen this happen before. Usually, I mean, like I said, sometimes a couple of days later, something will pop back up from one of these. Because it's always Hollywood bullshit that
me too, dude. I can't tell you how many times I've had to tell them not to recommend a sports story, not to recommend some Hollywood bullshit TMZ crap. I'll even say like you say, don't come from TMZ. Don't give me stuff from Sports Illustrated. Specifically, don't give me things from those people. And like a week later, it's back. Now, what you're talking about, I really have to notice. I'll check and see what that's about as far as it happening on the moment. I just kind of, when I see one of those, I just tell it what's up and scroll on by. I don't wait for it to like disappear out of my feed or whatever. So I don't really think I've noticed that. But I know it's definitely aggravating to keep getting the crap you don't want pushed.
2 times a week, I do this for every show. We're sitting here like during the breaks and whatnot. I'll be looking through the news articles. And yeah, it seems like I've seen the same. There's like 10, and they're giving me cooking articles all of a sudden now. I get like 10, 15.
You probably said something to somebody in passing, dude. I can't tell you the number of times that happens. And like in the middle of all of my stuff that's like space or guitar stuff or amps or pedals or whatever, boom, there is one story completely out of place about a specific non-usually, in my feed topic, whatever, cat scooper or fucking whatever, pick it. It's just something totally random that I said to her, she said to me, I said on the phone, I thought about, and we will get into that another day. Yeah, that's constantly a thing that happens. Gotta keep those numbers rolling. Gotta keep them rolling. What's up? I see you over here with us, Tom Nixon on Rockbed. Looks like Nemo made it over here with us on the YouTubers. What's happening, brother? I saw a couple more people had popped in. Rico is here. Rico's Tinfoil Sombrero. Wes F.E. has made it. Daniel Becker, late again. No, sir, you're never late. You're always exactly when you intended to be here. Who else is here? I don't know. You guys go.
I want to give a shout out to Tom Nixon. I received a Facebook message from Tom, I do believe. Pretty sure it was Facebook. I've had several of y'all reach out and wish me well in my recent craziness that's been
Absolutely,
going on.
brother.
I do believe Tom was one. That or someone copied his account and was trying to fish me a little bit. Either way, I'm doing reasonably well. I'm still pretty stiff, pretty sore. It seems like all the initial trauma pains are gone. Still got some bruising from the seatbelt, but I think a lot of the muscle pain from the trauma is gone. Now it's all still sort of tight in the places where it was tight before, only now it's just a little bit
Now
worse.
it's tighter.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm dealing with now is all the
Well,
stuff.
Makes you feel a little better about the Facebook thing. Tom and I just connected recently as well on Facebook and have messaged. So I think you're safe. I think it could be
You never know.
stalker, but you never know. What's up, man? Thank you, brother. Israel Adams, I see you there. Brian Metz, thank you as well.
So, kind of piggybacking a little bit on last week's discussion about my photography, I put in the chat, the Skype chat, a video that a Glober made of doing an observation of a target through a fish tank. So, he fills it full of water, and then he brings in hot water. And what he ends up creating is this lens in the middle of the fish tank. So the top portion of the water was a homogeneous hot zone that didn't give any distortion. The bottom was a homogeneous cool zone that didn't give any distortion. But right in the middle, where it mixed, it was just a fantastic lensing effect where everything stretched and squashed and was just an amazing display. So I would love, if you guys have time, if you think about it, if you're interested, like to think through this, because I'm trying to think through what this means for refraction, because cold water is dense. So if light bends to the more dense medium, I don't see any evidence of it in that display. So he starts off at the top of the fish tank where it's hotter, the water is hotter, but you can see clearly through it the target isn't messed up. And all he does then is just drop straight down in a vertical angle. So the target is always in your line of sight, and then it hits the middle part, gets all wonky, and then he drops down to the bottom part. So the way that I'm thinking about like light bending down kind of stuff is, why isn't, let's say, for instance, why isn't the target projected down into the cold, dense area? Like the way they describe it in my head, I don't ever see it out in reality. So that's why I've always had this disconnect with the language. Am I making any kind of sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
So all I see is just the medium. It's water. You look through water, whatever. So the cold and the hot at the top had no difference whatsoever. You could see the target, no problem. But along that, it's almost like the fish tank is a lens, right? The water within the tank is a lens. And what he added, it wasn't like a gradient, right? It wasn't like hot water at the top and then it went down to the cold. Like something in the middle made the water distort the target. Anyway, I'm still thinking through it. I just saw it the other day, and it's just been kind of like rummaging in my mind about how to think through this whole light bending bullshit that we're told.
Yeah, I kind of stopped when I started looking into the mathematics of atmospheric refraction. I mean, they can't even tell us what's going on in a balloon that we blow up, you know, because it's such a dynamic system in there. To try to do that on a large scale and actually know what's going on. But the only papers I ever read where they tried to limit the amount of refraction. You know, they went out to the desert. This was MIT. And they were talking about just terrestrial refraction, not stellar refraction or anything like that. This was all land-based observations. And they came out to the conclusion that refraction is negligible terrestrially. It will take place. It will make things, you know, but the actual object is not that far from where you see it terrestrially. Now, if it were, we would be able to tell the difference between like a red light and a green light. You could put a red light and a green light at the same height off in the distance, and we should see them at different heights if refraction is really that strong, because the green light is going to bend faster than the red light does. That's why they put red lights on the top of buildings and towers and mountaintops and all these different things, is because red light.
No doubt. Holy crap.
Blue light actually travels the least. So if you put a red and a blue light next to each other and go 10 miles away, if they're still at the same height, there is no refraction that is really distorting your image that much. Refraction is the curvature of the light. And if it's all curving at about the same amount, if you can still see the image somewhat there and all the colors aren't way off, then it's not really being refracted. You have other things that get involved. You know, there's all kinds of wind disturbances. It's like a fluid almost. And if you're looking at a river and it's barely moving, you know, you can see down into the river and see fish and this and that. But if it's rushing like white water, you're not seeing even the bottom of the river there. You know, there's so much turbulence. So there's more than just refraction, and refraction is very, we can test this now. It's very negligible on terrestrial events. It does take place, but I think more or less it's other things, not just the refraction, that is making our images so distorted. That's just my 2 cents on it.
Well, that'd be interesting to go back. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to say his channel wrong. I think he's up in Canada, or at least high up.
Yeah,
on the prairie.
he did the different lights at different distances.
Yeah. Over the frozen lake.
Yep.
Yeah. I was just wondering what colors. I know he used different colors, so I'd have to go back and look at that. It would be interesting to think through that. I appreciate that that word on the color. Yeah, man, it's just you know, nothing makes sense to me as to how they explain what's going on out there. Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. Optics is, I mean, what our human eyes could do, we kind of comprehend. We know our limitations and things like that. So once you get into the atmosphere, like I said, it's so dynamic of a system. It's not so much seeing and observing what's going on. It's knowing exactly what is taking place in physics between you and that object. That is the real hard part.
Yeah.
But keep at it, man. I love what you do, Trav. You are a saint. I don't have patience to stay on one.
Yeah, dude, no doubt.
I bounce around a lot. And yeah, you've been at this for a long time. I really do appreciate all the hard work.
Well, we're gonna crack that glass ceiling one day.
All right, Hillary. Yeah, have you seen all the TikTok exploding about flat Earth?
I've heard about it, but I have a TikTok account, but I don't go on hardly.
Yeah, I don't go on TikTok. I'll go and watch Eddie Banjo Brazil, Japan. You know that one. Super long name. He is putting out videos just about daily of people he follows on TikTok and putting out their they're really good. I mean, some of them are kind of like, yeah, you're missing some of it, but for the most part, It's such a beautiful thing watching people get excited about this still. That's the one thing is until everybody on Earth knows the Earth's flat, we're always going to have this gift of seeing a flat earther open their eyes for the first time.
Well, I will say that my account has grown. Last time I checked, I think it was last week, I had like 755. I think once I reach 1,000 and I'm going to be able to live stream, I think I might try to get back and see if I can do a little bit more with TikTok. But until that happens, I just am not putting anything out because I have plenty of content on there right now for people to interact with. But yeah, I think the live, it'll be interesting because like people get on in the morning and there's like girls putting their face on talking to everybody, right? So like people get on to have these meaningful relationships with people they don't know, and it's so wild. Like people, I mean, it's easy to flip through. Like I'll flip through channels when I do get on TikTok. Like there are some guys out there that play music and they're really, really good, and I'll listen to their music while they're playing. There's some guy gets off work and it's 4 o'clock in the morning and he had the night shift, so he's winding down, so he plays music. Like that kind of stuff I can appreciate. The stuff where girls are just putting on makeup and shit, I just think like, yeah, I'm not watching that. But people watch it. People will watch what's on TikTok. So I'm hoping that the 1,000 subs will open that door for me and see what happens. Because I'd love to have real life conversations with people.
Yeah,
I'm really torn with TikTok. Sorry, as a let me use some real serious air quotes here. As a content creator on YouTube and other platforms, I, feel that inherent need to expand to the new popular platforms. There's also that part of me that wants to be the grumpy old man that says, fuck your new TikTok, short vidge. I have no desire to interact with that part of the internet at all, in spite of the fact that maybe we would have this gigantic, huge additional following. I'm just not that interested. I don't know. Because I'm going to start chopping up some of these old Ironworx shows and putting them back out there. Smaller bite-size pieces.
So I'm gonna put my it's Flat Earth Trucker is my handle on TikTok. So I'm gonna put that. I was gonna try to copy an address, but I can't figure out how to do it right now. So it's Flat Earth Trucker. Here it comes. I'm right at 799 subs. So who's gonna be my 800th sub?
Who indeed? Love you, Trav, but ain't gonna be this guy.
I've never been on TikTok, Trav. It just seems like another ocean. Don't want to get lost in.
Yeah, I thought that too. I mean, I did. I thought that too. And then I checked it out and I thought, well, you know what? It could have something to it once it gets momentum. So we'll see.
It's like an ocean with Chinese spies swimming around in it.
Indeed, Josh.
That about
I was
does
thinking out
it.
into it. Well, hold up, Josh. Apparently, we need to hold up. We have an amazing, lovely, thank you, sir, tip over there on Rock Band from Tom Nixon. Thank you. And Tom says his Facebook account did get ganked recently, so he has walked away for a bit. Well, and who the hell is stalking me on Facebook?
See, this is why I don't respond to half the messages out there, because I don't trust anybody.
I don't like Facebook. Anyway, thank you, Tom, so much. Truly, brother. Love you. Thank you. Well, I guess.
You, Chris.
Yep.
On YouTube.
I was heading back.
Yep.
You guys have a great week, and we will see you here Friday.
Oh, yes, indeed.
No idea what we're going to do. No idea. It may just kind of be us catching up on a Friday evening, but I think we should be able to go live. Fingers crossed. It's still early in the week. You never know what could happen. I could get struck by lightning. Stranger things have happened.
You will become the sugar on that circuit board. Love you guys. Thank y'all.
Love you guys. Have a great rest of your week either way. We hope to see you right back here on Friday morning, 4 a.m. Central to 6 a.m. TruthFrequencyRadio.com, TFRLive.com. We are also live on a Friday afternoon, evening-ish, 5-ish p.m. Central for Have No Sphere.
Or 6-ish.
Or 6-ish.
Or 6.
Don't hold us to much of anything. Be good. Be well. We love you. Bye-bye.